Welcome back to another video on Innovakids. This is video 1.1, which is the second part of the student overview. In the last video, we ended up showing you the basic overview home screen for the student. And we left off where you actually come down and select your class. Now, in the class section, you just need to scroll down a little bit. You'll see all the classes that have been assigned to the student. And you can see here that Walt Disney has been assigned to Reading Silver level. Now, each student can be assigned to different level classes. And that's one of the nice things about the online Innovakids system is a teacher and the system has the ability to move a student from one class to another class very easily and quickly. So if a student is more proficient, they can be grouped into a gold level reading or bronze level reading or intermediate reading intervention. So all you need to do is enroll them in that class. They can also be enrolled in multiple reading classes. So it's very flexible. You can see underneath the title, it says this is a grade 5. This is the code of the class, RD001. And this is a first quarter 2020 to 21 class. So this is for the fall. To view the class, you can simply click on the picture or click View Class or click the Grades button. Now, the Grades button will give you actually a clear, detailed view of how the student is doing in the class. So as a student, you can click there, you can see all the units that you should have completed, what grades you got on those units, any missing assignments, and what your current grade is in the class. Underneath that, you can see that the student has earned 10 points. The system does work with coins and dollars, but there's also points. So as you complete a lesson, if you receive an A or above, you get 10 points for that lesson. If you receive a B, you get 5 points for the lesson. And as you achieve 100 points, you move up to the next belt, which is yellow belt. So Innovakids allows the students to achieve belt levels just like in karate or taekwondo. And these belt levels are given as rewards for the students, and they open up certain reward systems and gifts within the system. So when a student receives a yellow belt, they get more rewards. They also can go up to blue belt, green belt, brown belt, and finally black belt. And at the very end, when you get black belt, there's 6 levels of black belt. And throughout the entire year, they accumulate those points. So when you change from one quarter to another, you don't lose those points. You only start over at the beginning of a new year. And you're going to see that I'm going to talk throughout these videos about, students with certain belt levels get to do this. You'll also notice when you go down to the games that there's comments having to do with different belts at certain levels. So for instance, this game requires yellow belt. This game requires orange belt. This is a green belt game. So not only does the student have to achieve a certain level in coins, they also have to achieve the belt in order to open up the various different games. But they also get other rewards as well. So if you look over at American history, you could see here that there's 2 gold coins. So this shows that the 2 coins that were above were actually achieved in American history. So you can go into American history and open that up and you can cash in those coins, but that's where the coins were achieved from. If you want to see the description of the class, you can click expand here and it'll actually show you what the class is about. So if we go a little further, you can see general math. Same thing, language arts, that includes poetry and sentence analysis, grammar, If you go a little further, this student in 5th grade is assigned to general science. This student's assigned to a religion class, and that's it. Now, students can also be assigned to a tutoring class. So if the teacher or the parent feels they need a little extra work, they can put tutoring on their schedule where they get more of a one-on-one session with the teacher. Okay? So at this point, we're going to jump into one of the classes. So I'm going to jump into, let's go to American history. And I'm going to click on that. And the first thing you're going to notice when you get into American history, we're still talking overview here, is on the left you have a few more options. The thing you'll notice is you've got some links over here on the right. So schedules, you can look at a class schedule now, as well as a school schedule. You can log out. You can get back to the home page. This is a quick link to all your other classes. Also, there's a link to units. Right now, the first American unit is the one the student's on, but once they complete that unit, you'll see the second one is automatically added for them, and the third one's automatically added. But the student can always go back to previous units and redo lessons, redo homework assignments if they feel they want to increase their grade. Also, the class library has online books, so students don't need, in some classes, to drag their big old books with them. You can see at the very top here, there's a student team. We use dragons. So this student's assigned to a red team. And that means that whenever there's a team activity, that student's going to always do things with the other red dragons in the class. There's their seat number, which is number 1. Current grade is NA. It's not applicable yet because they haven't completed any assignments. On the very top, you can see it's American history. Again, they have a link to mail from that class's teacher and notifications specifically from that class. And this indicates the type of student that they were signed up for. So we actually have regular students, which is the class. We have the ability to assign students to an advanced group, meaning that they get lessons that other students don't get, or they get more advanced questions or activities. And there's also a remediation group that you can assign the kid to, and that allows that student to take less questions and concepts. They learn less in a lesson, so they're not overwhelmed. So when we come down here, you can see there's some links here. One is your class grades. This student did complete a class. They got an A on it, called Forge of Empires. And remember how we integrate games. So throughout the lessons, you're going to see that there's an integration of games and activities and simulators built into Innovakids. They have to accomplish before they can complete that lesson. And the games are integrated. So if they don't complete the game, they actually don't complete the lesson, they don't get the score, and they can't move on. So anyway, this is Forge of Empires. They got 100. There's class points here, and you can see here the various levels. 100 points up to 199 is yellow belt, orange belt, green belt, etc., etc. And class coins over here will indicate that they received 2 gold coins for completing Forge of Empires. Okay. There's also a section here that shows the message from the teacher, and also you can see here that you can sell and buy gold coins. So they have $4,000. They can actually buy 4 gold coins at this point. They can message their teacher, send a message at any point, and at that point what I'm going to do is go on and end this video. Thank you for watching, and video number 3 will be specifically on students taking lessons. So video 1.3 is students taking lessons, and we'll see you then.